Hi everybody, it's David. There's been a couple of bloggers that's posted some videos on this topic, and I'd like to share my perspective, especially I think it's a little bit different perspective. First time kissing with dentures and a first date. So I met someone about almost 2 weeks ago, and we spent a lot of time on the phone and talking, and we've just developed a good friendship, a lot of chemistry, a lot of teasing. We just really like each other, and so we were excited to go on our first date last night. My biggest concern was obviously this denture, and I don't know why, because as we talked before, I was so concerned before about smiling, and that smile kept me from coming across as happy, confident, inviting, and instead they got the idea that maybe I was, standoffish, morose, not happy. And so now, I got this great smile, and my concern is, can she tell? And I think it's a valid concern for, a first date. I mean, let's face it. It's something you don't mention. Hey, by the way, I wear a denture. You're just not going to do that. So I was a little concerned about that. Our date started at noon and went until 11 o'clock that night. It was an all-day thing, and it was phenomenal. The biggest reason is we live an hour and a half apart. And so we wanted to, take advantage of the day. And the whole idea was we'd meet, and as long as everything was cool, we would just keep on until we didn't want to keep on anymore. During the day, we really got into a lot of things. We ate together. We had coffee at a different place. We walked around the stores. We went geocaching. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up. It's kind of like a treasure hunt thing you use with your GPS phone. It's a neat activity, great exercise and that kind of thing. And I'd never done it before, so it was a really unique experience, and just really made for a nice date. We went to a movie, although I really can't tell you much about the movie at all. So if that gives you any inclination of how well that we kind of got along. So we kissed. And this was my first kiss since getting the denture. It was great. What can I say? Was it any different? No. It wasn't any different whatsoever from any other kiss I've had in my entire life. At all. Well, I mean, it was good. But as far as the feel and the emotion that you can transfer, nothing. There's nothing there whatsoever other than my initial fear, like, oh my God, is this going to be a problem? Is she going to figure me out, No, she didn't. Either she didn't completely, or she absolutely didn't care. I mean, it was one or the other. We didn't talk about it, and I just don't feel that she was aware. So, and somewhere down the road, I'm sure it'll come up, but it's certainly not first date material. So, yeah, we're not going to do that. So that pretty much answers that. It was great. Initially, of course, you're a little nervous, and you're very tender and light with your kisses. Not a whole lot of, guys, I hope you guys don't think it's gross, not a lot of tongue, okay? You're just, being very tender and intimate and being light, but it's still awesome, and it's just great. As time went on, as the day went on, they became more and more passionate and deeper and more involved and more exchanging of tongue. And I, again, each time the kisses went to the next level kind of thing, I had some concerns. I was worried, gosh, is this going to be the one that, she goes, what was that? Never happened. And they were just awesome. They were amazing. No difference whatsoever from my perspective at all. And I really can't speak to her, exactly what she felt or what have you, but just judging from her enjoyment and interest, she could tell no difference whatsoever. So that's what I'm going with. Maybe one day I'll update this and tell you what she did think. I'll find out, what do you think about that, and did you even know, kind of thing. Okay, so now I'm going to get to the next segment. There is an area that this does come into play, and that is necking and biting. Some people get a little playful and they like to, just give a little bite. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to be honest here. And she liked to bite, and I knew that usually means she likes to get bit. And so I did. Problem is, I couldn't tell how hard I was biting. And so I was probably very, very mild. And I didn't really notice that until this happened. I mean, I went to put a little bite, and it was like, wait a minute, I cannot feel how much I'm biting. And the reason is because when you're biting with your natural teeth, the pressure is applied only to the teeth that are in contact. And so you have a much more tactile feel. How much pressure am I putting on those teeth? With a denture, however, that force is distributed across the entire ridge of your gum. And, there's more in the front, but it's still distributed. And it is, I mean, you can't tell. You just don't have the nerves there anymore to tell how hard you're biting. It's a little different. For me, I have my lower teeth, so I have a little bit of sense. So I can imagine if you have upper and lower, it's nearly impossible to tell. So, I bring this up because it's a valid issue. So I'm going to recommend to those people who need to know this. Put your dentures in with the adhesive that you normally will, and bite yourself on the arm, on the underside of the arm, where it's kind of tender, and kind of get an idea of what pressure you're putting out there. Because there's two things. One, you don't want to not be biting when you want to bite, and you certainly don't want to bite too hard. I mean, obviously that's ridiculous. But it can be and is a part of romance and physical relations, and I think it's a valid point. So, yeah, you might want to do that before. Okay, so final thoughts. Big question: does this denture make any difference whatsoever when it comes to kissing? Is there any kind of barrier or limitation that is put in place because I wear a denture? The answer is no. Unequivocally, no. I felt every bit of the kisses. It's all about the tongue and lips anyways. I mean, it really is. It was absolutely amazing. The emotional transfer is there. There's no limitation with your feelings at all. Nothing. The only thing is obviously that the trepidation of having dentures, and whether or not the partner will react in a negative manner if it comes out. Again, this has been talked before. If it's a type of person that would really go off because of it, then you're really not with the right person anyways. I mean, because this is who you are now. However, I can almost guarantee you it's not going to be an issue with a new person, and with someone that you've been with already. they could care less. They really could care less. I mean, if they're with you for any right reasons, it ain't going to make any difference at all, because I can't even tell it's there. So that's pretty much it. I'll talk to you again when I get, some other changes or things going on. Until then, I really appreciate all your comments. Please keep, sending the questions. If you're going through any kind of problem with your teeth, and if you think like I did, I mean, this was probably one of the biggest topics that I was most worried about, because to me, kissing is like it. It is so important, and don't let it hold you back, because it has no effect. It has no problem whatsoever. So, you guys take care, and I'll see you again.